Love him or hate him, Elon Musk making an offer to buy Twitter for $41 billion cash. What? Should he? 217-629-7970. Got some time here to take your phone calls and whether or not Elon Musk should purchase Twitter. Now, it's been interesting to watch this unfold, this story develop, because Musk's been very active on Twitter for years, posting all kinds of things. His thoughts about society, his thoughts about technology, his thoughts about music, and so on. So he's pretty active on that social media. But we've also seen the social media be very active in censorship. Even just looking at this most recent case with the alleged shooter out of New York, where they've got Frank James, 62-year-old. He had been posting on social media. I don't know about Twitter in particular, but various reports of videos that this accused gunman posted were, very racist, very violent rhetoric being used. Those apparently were allowed to stay up while you've got other social media punishing people who talk about the wrong type of medicine or who say something like, this study shows this. Trust me, I know. I've had YouTube videos taken down because of what callers have said on this show. I've had YouTube videos taken down and my channel suspended for a time because of what news-making guests have to say on this program, either about, the whatever sickness is out there at the time. But when it comes to other instances of violent, hateful rhetoric, apparently that can stay up on some social media. So Elon Musk has seen this. He's seen the targeted kind of double standard of censorship against some, while, the others are allowed to just freewheel whatever they want to say. And he's been pretty vocal about this. Now, in mid-March, he bought close to 9% of Twitter's stock. And it wasn't revealed until earlier this month with some Security Exchange Council filings that have to be made. So he bought about 9%. It was revealed weeks later. And now it's to the point where you've got, it's being reported that he's offering to buy Twitter for $41 billion in cash. 217-629-7970. Your calls. Should Elon Musk buy Twitter? And if he does, what should he do with it? Some of the things that he's said on Twitter as of late was, nobody's showing up at the office anyways, so why not just convert Twitter's headquarters into a homeless shelter? And people voted in a poll. He's posted about how, should Twitter have an edit button? And he posts the poll. So interesting to see how he's using the platform now, but he did decline to take a seat on Twitter's board, which would have put him into a corner and not allowed him to purchase a certain amount of stock. And you've got just the ongoing back and forth here now with the latest this morning that Elon Musk offering to buy Twitter for $41 billion cash. It's supposed to be a public sphere, right? I mean, we want to be able to have a free exchange of ideas. You don't like what somebody says, come back and offer up some more higher quality speech. Instead, what we've seen with Twitter and even with Facebook is a suppression of speech, a suppression of ideas. While preaching diversity, they don't want diverse opinions. It's either you fall in line with the establishment or you're not going to be heard. We've seen that too often. Is that something that Elon Musk is trying to combat here? And should he buy Twitter? Good morning. You're on WMAY.
Good morning. Yes, I think he should buy Twitter. And I think if he bought Twitter, it would become that platform for an exchange of free ideas, good, bad, or indifferent. I can't remember what the guy's name is, but he's like the Twitter speech police. I was listening to something, he made a comment or was speaking, maybe a TED Talk a year ago, talking about we're not here to support the First Amendment. We're here to support, ideas that are correct in their opinion. So I think he should buy it, and I hope he does. I hope he gets what he wants, and I think he would be a great person to open up free speech in America.
I appreciate the call. And you got to think about Twitter's impact on elections as well. Is there an impact? 217-629-7970 is the phone number here with 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. Should Elon Musk buy Twitter? I want to hear from you. 217-629-7970. And the impacts on elections. One of the big stories that popped before the November 2020 election was the Hunter Biden laptop scandal, and how a computer repair shop had a leftover laptop that apparently Hunter Biden never picked up. And they discovered some not too pleasant things on that laptop, ranging from drug use to, I don't even want to get into the specifics, but there were also emails on there that raised a whole host of questions about conflicts of interest with Hunter Biden going around arranging deals and putting money into Joe Biden's bank account and paying the bills for the family and so on. Twitter blocked that story from being shared. From the New York Post, they blocked the story. Anybody who tried to share that story couldn't post it. Twitter blocked it before the election, saying that it was fake news, and you had all the corporate press saying, oh, it's Russia disinformation. And then after the election, they all say, oh, yeah, there's something going on here. So you can see that social media definitely has some kind of impact on what's being focused on even days or weeks before an election. Good morning. Your thoughts. Should Elon Musk buy Twitter for $41 billion?
Okay, let me say this in a way that I want it to be the right way, but who really cares? I mean, who cares whether or not he buys Twitter? I mean, is it really that big of a deal in our world whether...
I think so, because when you look at what the elite conversations are and what's driving the news conversations, that social media has these elements. Good morning. You're on WMAY.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for taking my call. Listen, I don't know why he shouldn't be able to. It's a commodity, and this is America, and it's an asset. It's for sale. We're still a capitalist country. And I don't know that anybody would have a problem if he was wanting to buy CBS or NBC or any other media broadcasting unit. Why is everybody upset over this?
Well, what about Jeff Bezos? What is it? He owns the is it the Washington Post? He owns? I don't know. But yeah, he's a mega billionaire, and he owns a news outlet. And people say that he uses it for his own personal means. And listen, Twitter was not looking for a buyer. This was an unsolicited offer that Elon Musk had, but $41 billion. Should he buy it? Good morning.
I personally don't think it's worth $41 billion, but I do think he should, because I believe his intentions is to restore free speech. You know, I do agree. We've lost a little bit of our ability to speak freely in the public square, and they've used some technicalities to take that away from us. And I believe that this move and everything that you're seeing with him and buying the stock and all that, it's part of a bigger, what you might call a chess match.
Well, it's one way to put it, and we'll watch how this plays out, especially as we get closer to the election. We've seen other types of social media accounts try to pop up, but for instance, like Parler, all the major, online markets for apps blocked Parler from even trying to be a viable source, saying that, the January 6th riots, people were using Parler, but it turns out people were using Facebook way more to talk about January 6th leading up to it than they were using Parler. But you can see the prominence of big tech in general. And should Elon Musk disrupt that? Good morning.
It'll be interesting if he does buy it and they try to take the same approach if the speech returns. But I think absolutely he should buy it, and I think he should do two things after he buys it. He should do internal investigation and look into exactly what they did and how they meddled in our elections. And then I think the second thing is that he needs to sign all of the liberals, censorship liberals in the company to a non-compete, and then make their life so miserable that they quit and have no other employment options. So.
Well, we'll see what kind of plan he does implement if he does buy Twitter for $40 billion. Good morning. Last call. You're on the air.
Good morning. And I like how everyone's calling thinking he's going to be the savior of free speech.
what's going to happen is it's just going to turn into another conspiracy page, and no one's going to want to listen to that, and it's going to get shut down anyway just by you can't just have people spewing things that are just total fabrication.
You can't just have people talking. I mean, how dare people just talk?
Yeah,
be allowed to talk freely.
But look what happened to all the others, is what I'm saying. So buying it, whoever owns it now, it's still going to end up the same.
All right. Appreciate the calls. We'll see what happens. All right. It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop. Thanks, everybody.